Thank you. My name is Doug Kreidler, and I'm President and CEO of the Columbus Foundation. I want to welcome you to this really magnificent and very exciting announcement. Key point here is the generosity of some very enlightened donors, but it's also very much about United Way's agreement to lead a national initiative across 10 communities initially, and with plans to expand the initiative even further across America. This is the first time a local United Way has taken such a prominent national role. And it is all because, and all started with, the vision and generosity of Al and Barb Siemer. The Siemers have built a very successful business by seeing opportunities and being entrepreneurial and seizing them. And it is exciting and inspiring to see them bring that same thoughtfulness and strategic thinking to their philanthropy as well. And it is our pleasure and a point of particular pride that we have worked with the Siemers to plan and execute this gift to support the initiative they have created. Also proud and very proud to be a partner with United Way of Central Ohio on many important initiatives, and know that they make an enormous contribution to the quality of life for many of our residents.
It is my personal honor to announce the formal launch of the Siemer Institute for Family Stability. The formation of the Institute will expand and enhance the effective work of the family stability initiatives funded by the Siemer Family Foundation and other United Way donors. The Institute represents the largest single gift in the history of the United Way of Central Ohio, and it opens a new chapter in the work we achieve together. It will truly be a national force in preventing homelessness and reducing the disruptions that can keep our kids from succeeding in school. And it is a reality today because of the vision and generosity of Al and Barbara Siemer. They truly understand that we must take a holistic approach to keeping families in their homes and children in school. They are very hands-on givers who have shaped the approach of the initiatives they fund. And in forming the Institute, Al and Barbara are creating a future in which this effective model for helping keep families stable is shared in communities across the country. Now it is my pleasure to introduce two of the most engaged and generous people I know. People who have improved the lives of countless families through their vision and commitment. Please welcome Al and Barb Siemer.
Thank you. Thank you very much. This program began with an effort to reduce mobility, and I'll go back about 10 years when here at the foundation commissioned a study on student mobility in Columbus. And at the same time, we hired a social worker to go into the Linden area, which was one of the most challenged areas in Columbus, and see if in a hands-on way we could reduce mobility just by some small interventions, not financial, just assistance. And at that time, Community Resource Partners did the mobility study and recorded how damaging mobility is to kids. And our social worker went into the schools and was able to reduce mobility by 28%. We thought, okay, we're onto something. We can do this, and we can maybe even do it better if we can find some way to financially help families get out of a hole and get themselves stable. We began about 8 years ago in Florida in 2003 to see if there was some way we could start a program where not only could we address the mobility, but we could give some financial assistance and try to create a long-term stability. The mission of our foundation here is long-term societal cures for problems. We were going for the cure, not the Band-Aid. So the program works like this. We challenge the United Way and whoever else is involved in that community, whether it's private foundations, the agencies, all of the social agencies in that community, to match the money. we will guarantee 2 sites, which means 2 social workers, if they can create matching money. No one's turned us down yet. We're proud of that. Everybody has come up with the money, and they have launched the program. We haven't launched a social worker. They're delighted that they have some monies that they can actually help families with financial assistance. When the families come to us, they must be within 200% of the poverty level. They will have in their hand an eviction notice or a shut-off notice, so that the wolf is truly at the door. They are ready to be evicted. And then the social worker has a contract that says, we will agree to a budget, we will agree to do the necessary things to get you stable and out of trouble, and then it's up to you to maintain your success. So we link the families with all kinds of social services that are required. In many, many cases, health is a huge factor, both physical and mental health, as an impediment to being financially stable. Childcare is huge. Certainly now, underemployment is huge. Loss of job or loss of hours of job has been very troubling. We know that the last 3 years have been really difficult. The monies that are used for assistance go to the rental agent, go to the utilities, go to whoever is, whatever bill is needing to be paid, and the family then stays in the program for a year. That's an absolute mandatory commitment. The social worker can meet with them at the beginning weekly, then bi-weekly, monthly, bi-monthly, as long as it's necessary to make sure that this family is stable and can go forward on their own.
As you all know, I'm a businessman, and I look at things in an economic fashion. I look at dollars and cents. And I look at this program, I said, this makes so much sense financially. Why? Because when families lose their home and they must be taken care of, there's a huge cost to society. When they seek help at a shelter, get to temporary housing, and then find permanent housing, costs climb. Community Shelter Board estimated that the cost of reestablishing a family is 7 to 9 times the cost of keeping them in their home. Think about that. You're spending 7 to 9 times more than what it cost us to keep them in their home. It's economically such a viable program. Columbus Community Shelter some time back did an analysis of the situation in Columbus, Ohio in the second half of 2008 and all of 2009. They maintained that homelessness declined by 8% during that period of time. And they attributed that, at least these are the statistics we have, they attribute that to the fact that our program was in effect in Columbus, and we impacted over 250 families. In other words, we kept them from becoming homeless. We kept them from going into the system, and which obviously was an economic benefit to everybody.
No family should feel when their back's to the wall that there is no one that is out there willing to help them. I don't know what it would feel like to take my children or my grandchildren out of a house into a shelter with no place to call home. I do not know what that would feel like. I can only imagine that it is truly terrible, and that if we could prevent any number of families from having to go through that experience, then it's worth every hour, every penny, everything we've done to make that happen for families.
Take my hand and start a brand new day, and together as one we'll start to see some change.